Hello, this is Pamela, the Stampin' Pink Rose, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we are doing a technique. So we're going to do this real quick, and then I will follow it up with a newsletter that will go out on this after the video. So let's get started, and let's see if I can't get this done. We've got some bad storms coming through right now. So let me get this started. Okay, this is black ice, and this is my finished card. And what I used was Healing Hugs here for it. Okay? And so let's get started with this. All right, so now what I've got is a piece of silver foil to use. You will need your heat tool also. You will need clear embossing powder. You're going to need Versamark ink, and you're going to have to go back to your archival ink pad, which I know has been discontinued. It will not work with Memento. I do not have that other one, I can't remember what it's called, on the ink pad, so I don't know if it's going to work. But I dug out my archival. So now what I've got is, I've got a piece of paper here and my snail. And I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to press it down with just another piece of paper. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take, I need to bring over scrap. I am going to take my archival ink, and I am going to take it down. Now, you do not want it right next to the edge of this, or you're going to have a line. So I want to make sure we are in shot. Okay. And it may clump at the top, it may not. It just depends on how it works. See, now it kind of clumped in the middle. Okay. And so now I'm going to move it over to this side, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap, and I'm going to streak it down again. Okay? And I really have a streak there. And sometimes you can kind of blot it off a little bit. Now I'm taking it off just a little. If I have a cloth, I might do it with a cloth too, but you can kind of wipe it because it's not dry yet. Okay, but I'm going to leave it like this, kind of like the effect, and it all varies. Now my next step is I'm going to bring in that Healing Hugs flower, and I'm going to stamp it. And by the way, you want to keep your fingers off the edges, because they will end up leaving a mark. And I'm going to redo that. And I'm going to hope it doesn't double. Okay. And then I'm going to try to fit this in. I should have fit it in. Let's do this card. I'm going to turn it. Let's do this card going the other direction. Remember the last one? I bring it over. I had it up and down, so now let's bring this one in. And I'm going to stamp off to make sure I've got it. I'm going to stamp it this direction, because I couldn't get the words in there the way I did it. But look how I can correct what I'm doing. Okay, now, you're going to bring in, and this is going to get noisy. You're going to bring in your heating tool, and you're going to do it to the first one. You don't want it to the highest. And you need to dry this, is what you need to do. So I'm attempting to dry it before I go any further. Okay, that should be good. It should be dry. Okay. Oops. Turned it the wrong direction. Okay. I am done with my archival, so now I'm going to set that up. I'm going to grab my Versamark, and I'm going to go back this direction, even though maybe I don't. Maybe I want to do it. I'm going to go, yeah, I want to keep it going the same way I had before. So we're going to see how that turns out. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this over, and I'm going to take my Versamark, and I'm going to go straight down. You do not want to press. You just want to lightly bring it down, almost to a tap point. There. Okay. I have one messy Versamark. All right. This is my clear embossing powder. So we're going to do this. Okay. And we're going to put it on. Okay. And I like to tap it. Good. I think I got it pretty good. Then I'm going to bring back my heat tool, but it's going on high. It's going to go the highest. It's going to slip all the way. And this one I may have got not enough powder off on the one. This is a plain one. Okay. I think because I changed directions, it's not coming out as good as it should. Let's bring it over here. So what you're going to do, I'm going to repeat this, is you are going to streak it with the archival black ink. And then you are going to stamp your image. Okay. And then once you have your image stamped, then you're going to use your lowest heat tool to dry it. And then you will then make sure it's dry, which I don't think I had mine dry enough. I think that was my problem. Make sure it's good and dry. Then run your Versamark down it. And then you'll use your clear embossing powder over it and run it on the high. And then you're going to have this interesting card. And this is called black ice. So I hope this gives you another technique idea of how to create a card that uses a different technique. Okay, this is Pamela the Stampin' Pink Rose. Make sure you subscribe to my newsletter because that always has some extra ideas, tips, and tricks and things to do. Don't forget that if you want to order, use my April hostess code. It is on my site, the Stampin' Pink Rose. I'm hoping this gave you another idea and another technique to be able to create an interesting card. Take care, have a great day, and keep watching and keep stamping.